Hi everyone. Our next topic is Boolean function representation. Here we have two ways of representation. One is a canonical form of representation. Another one is standard form of representation. So here canonical form means all the terms contain each literal. When it comes to standard form means all the terms do not have each literal. Already we know literal is nothing but variable. So a binary variable is called literal. Okay, and now I am taking one example here. F of ABC. F of ABC means the function which involved in three variables, right? Those variables are A, B, C. So here the function is A bar BC plus ABC plus A bar BC bar. So this is our function. So which is involved in three variables A, B, C, right? So here we have total three product terms. Okay, which are in sum of product nature. This is one product term, this is another product term, this is another product term. Total three product terms which are added, that means sum of products, right? Each and every product term having three variables, right? You can observe this first product term which involved in three variables, and second product term also involved in three variables, and third product term also having three variables. That means all the product terms which contains each literal, then it is called as canonical form, right? If you observe any product term that involves in all three variables, that's why it is called as canonical form. So this is in sum of product nature, so that it is called as canonical sum of product. Not only sum of product, you can take product of sum also. Even product of sum also, each and every sum term should consist of three variables. Then only it is called as a canonical product of sum. So we have two possibilities in this canonical form. One is canonical sum of product. Another one is canonical product of sum. Otherwise I will mention. Okay, CPOS means canonical product of sum, and CSOP means canonical sum of product. Okay, here the given example is a sum of product. In this each and every product should consist three variables, so that it is called as canonical sum of product. Next, when it comes to the standard form, so all the terms do not have each literal. For example, if I am taking one Boolean function which having three product terms, so but each and every product do not have each and every literal, right? So here you observe the example A plus BC plus A B bar C. So if you observe three product terms, so for the first product term do not consist two variables, right? We have total three variable function. Those variables are A, B, C. But in first term, if you observe, we have only A. We do not have B and C variables, right? And if you observe second term, so we have two variables. One variable is absent, right? And if you observe third term, so we have total three variables. So while observing these product terms, so all the terms do not have each literals. So that's why it is called a standard form. That means this is a reduced expression, reduced Boolean expression. Okay, minimized Boolean expression. So what is the advantage of this minimized Boolean expression means we have to reduce the logic circuit size. Okay, that means we have to use minimum number of components in that particular logical circuit, right? If the size is reduces, that means if the number of components are reduced in a particular design, definitely the cost will be reduced. Cost, power consumption, area, all those factors are affected by reducing this Boolean expression, right? While reducing this Boolean expression, all the terms should not consist all the literals. So in that scenario, we can call it as a standard form, right? All the terms do not have each literal, then it is called as a standard form. That standard form can be applicable for product of sum as well as sum of product, so that it is called as standard product of sum and standard sum of product. So this is regarding Boolean function representation in canonical form as well as a standard form nature, right? So note, a binary variable is called literal. Already you know this thing. And next we will move on to two terms, so that is a min term and max term. Min term and max term. Don't confuse with the terminology. Min term is nothing but a product term. Already we know these are all are the product terms, right? So this product term can be called as min terms, right? If you are taking product of sum, each and every sum term should be called as a max term. First we will discuss about min term. Here the min term is nothing but it's a standard product term, right? So this min term can be denoted with small m, okay, which contains all the variables in complementary, otherwise uncomplementary form. Okay, so the function output should be equals to 1. If the function having all the product terms which includes all the literals, then it will be equals to 1. Okay, the function output must be equals to 1 only when all the product terms having all the literals, then it will be equals to 1. And next point, representation of min term equals to sigma m. Okay, this min term can be denoted with a small m, and the representation of this function equals to sigma m. Okay, and n binary variables have 2 to the power of n possible combinations, and each of these possible combination is called min term, which is also called as standard product. Okay, otherwise which can be treated as sum of product. Each product term should be considered as min term, which is also called as standard product. Okay, so always remember, min term is nothing but product term, which is also called as standard product, which is denoted with the small m, and the representation is sigma m. So these are the key points which are comes under min term. Next we will move on to max term, completely opposite to the min term. So the max term, which is denoted with the capital M, and max term is the complement of corresponding min term. So max term is the complement of corresponding min terms. That means capital M equals to small m bar. Okay, capital M equals to small m bar, and the representation of this max term is pi m. Okay, pi capital M, that is the function representation. Okay, in the previous case the function representation is sigma small m, whereas in max term the function representation is pi capital M. N binary variables have 2 to the power of n possible combinations, and each of these possible combination is called as max term, which is also called as standard sum. In the previous case min term or standard product, but in this case max term, which is also called as standard sum. And the function output must be equals to 0. The function output must be equals to 0 only when each and every sum term having each and every literal, then only it is equals to 0. Otherwise it is not equals to 0. Okay, so this is about a max term, which is completely opposite to the min term. So min term is nothing but product term, which is also called a standard product, and which is denoted by small m, and the representation is a sigma m. The function output should be equals to 1 only when all the product terms having each and every literal, then it will be equals to, then it should be equals to 1. In the same way, when comes to max term, which is denoted by capital M, and it is complementary form of the min term, that means the capital M equals to small m bar, and the representation is equals to pi capital M, and here each and every possible combination is called as max term, otherwise which is called as standard sum. That means the product of sum is represent this max term representation, right? And the function must be equals to 0 only when each and every sum term having each and every literal, then only it should be equals to 0. These are the certain differences between min term as well as max term. So which is capital M, which is denoted by small m, and the max term, which is denoted by capital M, and the function representation is sigma m, and this one is pi m, and the function output should be equals to 1 all the product terms present with all the literals, and here also same, the function output should be 0. That means the capital pi m equals to 0, and which is this min term is also called a standard product, and the max term is also called a standard sum. The min terms can be available in the form of sum of products. In the sum of product we have two ways: canonical sum of product and standard sum of product. When it comes to max term, these are available only when product of sums. The function consists product of sums, so then we will consider max term. So here we have two ways of possibilities, that is canonical product of sum and standard product of sum. To realize the sum of products, otherwise to realize this min term, we have to move for NAND realization, which is also equals to AND OR realization. And in the same way, when we want to max term realization, logical realization, so we have to choose this NOR realization, which is also equals to OR AND realization. So these are the gates: NAND gate, OR gate, okay, AND gate. These are the basic gates and universal gates and extra gates, right? So with the help of these gates, we can able to realize this minterm function and maxterm functions. Okay, so in order to realize this minterm, so we have to use this NAND, otherwise AND or realizations, and in order to realize this maxterm, we have to use this NOR realization, otherwise R AND realization. So these things we will discuss in later stage. Okay, this is about minterm and maxterm. So next we will discuss the sum of product terms, that means the min terms, and product of sum terms, that means max terms. So how we will realize the functions, that we will discuss in next topic, right?